Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgiani, Glazer, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Lada, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morlock, Morrell, Wynn, Nilsson, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Runner, Stone, Vidak, Wykowski, Wolk.
A quorum is present. Would the members and our guests beyond the rail and the gallery please rise? We'll be led in prayer this morning by Chaplain Sister Michelle Gorman, after which please remain standing. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag by Senator Roth.
Let us center ourselves in God's presence. Our prayer is taken from the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Buddhist monk who has spoken in California many times. We turn toward the light of loving kindness to direct us. We bow deeply to the Awakened One and to our spiritual ancestors. Today we begin anew to purify and free our hearts. With immeasurable compassion to help humankind, we resolve to live beautifully. May our heart's garden of awakening bloom with hundreds of flowers. May mountains and rivers be our witness in this moment as we bow our heads and request the Lord of compassion to embrace us all. Amen.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under motions and resolutions, without objection, a photographer will be allowed on the floor for today's session. Now, privileges of the floor. Senator Canella, for what purpose do you rise?
Purpose of introduction.
Please proceed.
Privileges of the floor. First off, I've got a couple of them. The first, I want to introduce a family from the district. I've got constituents, the Inyo family, who are in the upstairs gallery up here. Cheryl Inyo has worked at the Merced College Learning Resource Center for 26 years as a media technician, and her husband Gary is a member of the Merced Breakfast Lines Club and directs their youth programs. And their grandson Quentin is a sophomore at El Capitan High School in Merced, and their granddaughter Marin is an 8th grader at River Middle School. So if you would all welcome them to the Senate. Thank you for being here.
Fantastic. Welcome.
And then just next, I'd like to introduce Benjamin White, who's standing in the back of the chambers back here. Ben is from Hollister, which is in my district, and was an intern in both my capital and district offices this summer and did a great job. Tomorrow is his last day, and he's going back to school at the University of San Diego, where he's working on his degree in political science and aspiring to one day practice law. So please join him, and thank you very much, Ben. You did a great job this year.
Congratulations. Under privileges of the floor, Senator Hueso.
Thank you, Mr. President and Senators. I'd like to acknowledge in the back of the chambers today my intern, Genesis Tang. She is an international relations major at UC Davis and is entering her senior year. Genesis has been with our office since January of this year. She's done a fantastic job. We'd like to thank her for her service. She has become an essential part of our team. She will be heading to Edinburgh, Scotland on Monday, where she'll be participating in the Scottish Parliament internship program working for Bob Doris, a member of the Scottish National Party. Please join me in congratulating her and wishing her well on her journey.
Congratulations. Under privileges of the floor, Senator Wieckowski.
Mr. President, I have the privilege of introducing and acknowledging our 2014-2015 Science and Technology Fellows. First up, we have Deborah Cooper. Deborah has been with the Senate Office of Research. She received her PhD in neuroscience in March of 2013 from Emory University in Georgia. She received her Bachelor of Science in Psychology from Duke University, North Carolina. And immediately before the fellowship, Deborah held a postdoc in the Center of Addiction Research at the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, Texas. Deborah Cooper used her knowledge of the latest research on the treatment of substance abuse problems to improve the Senate's oversight of our state's prison system and healthcare system. She quickly learned 2 new policy areas, human services and public health, and assisted the office in writing dozens of briefing documents in the area of environmental quality and natural resource. Her office felt that she demonstrated exceptional skills and abilities, hence, Dr. Cooper was hired as a full-time consultant in the spring of this year. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, one of our 2014-15 Science and Technology Fellows, Dr. Deborah Cooper.
Congratulations.
Angela Dorr is with the State Natural Resources and Water Committee, which she recently completed her PhD in ecology at UC Davis, focusing on the intersection of natural and social science in resource management. She has a Bachelor's of Science from Duke University and an MBA. Currently, Angie is an LCDR in the Navy Reserves after doing 8 years of active service. During her time with the committee, Dr. Dorr has analyzed 20 bills for hearings and negotiated amendments with interest groups, other legislative staff, and state agency. She staffed the Natural Resources and Water Committee bill and developed the background information for multiple informational hearings throughout the state. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, our 2014-2015 Science and Technology Fellow, Dr. Angela Dorr.
Congratulations.
Lori Harris is with the Senate Environmental Quality Committee. She received her PhD from the University of California at Davis in wildlife epidemiology. She studied respiratory illness in mountain gorillas, monkeys, and people at the wildlife-human interface in Rwanda. Lori received both her Bachelor of Science in Biology and her doctorate in veterinary medicine degree from Purdue University. Lori's extensive experience as both a veterinarian and an epidemiologist brought a unique perspective to the analysis of environmental quality issues and lent herself to the development of a comprehensive evaluation of climate change adaptation policy that looks broadly at the impacts of California's environment, public health, and animal health, and how those impact that intersection. If anybody has any questions about their dogs and cats, she'll be available afterwards. Dr. Harris has had the impossible task of serving on the Senate's Environmental Quality Committee with its unreasonable chair, but her expertise has been beneficial in leading that committee in the development of informational hearings on climate change, adaptation, and resiliency, and she's been an integral part of the staff. One of our 2014-15 Science and Technology Fellows, Dr. Lori Harris.
Congratulations.
Christine Hockmuth is with the Senate Committee on Transportation and Housing. She's a cell and molecular biologist. She completed a 3-year postdoctoral fellowship at the University of California at San Diego, studying blood stem cells in zebrafish. She has taught at both UCSD and the University of San Diego. Christine received her PhD in biology from the University of Rochester. Dr. Hochmuth always came to work with a smile. Her pleasant demeanor did not get in the way of her being a hard critic of bills that she analyzed relating to bicycles, onion trucks, and CQ issues on bridge projects. She's been a lead staff representative on SB 236, which is a district bill for Senator Bell. Our 2014-2015 Science and Technology Fellow, Dr. Christine Hochmuth.
Congratulations.
And finally, Shannon Muir is with the Senate Health Committee. She received her PhD in biomedical science at the University of California at San Diego, where she studied a rare form of cancer in children. She served as statewide representative for graduate students in the UC system. She holds a Master's of Science in Pharmacology from Tulane University and a Bachelor's of Science in Psychobiology from the UCLA. During her time with the committee, she analyzed nearly a dozen bills covering a number of different health issues, ranging from electronic cigarettes to health insurance. In addition to writing committee analysis, Dr. Muir developed informational hearings on diverse health issues and staffed 3 separate healthcare bills on behalf of Dr. Hernandez. She provided committee members and legislative staff with important perspective, especially in the areas related to women's health, immunization, which was more than she bargained for when she took the fellowship, and public health. Our 2014-2015 Science and Technology Fellow, Dr. Shannon Muir.
Congratulations. Senator Jackson, for what purpose do you rise?
Yes, for purposes of comment, I believe we all note that these are all these magnificent young women who are PhD fellows. And I just want to add that many years ago, when I was their age, this was not as possible as it is today. So I just want to acknowledge that these women, these fantastic women, come to us as a result of changing times, and we look forward to them changing the world as they go forward.
Great role models. Thank you. Senator Bell. Yes. Okay. He is not. Okay, very well. Okay, members, we will now move forward. Messages from the governor will be deemed read. Messages from the assembly will be deemed read. Reports of committee will be deemed read and amendments adopted. Motions, resolutions, and notices. Without objection, Senate Bill 168 and Assembly Bill 10 will be given their second reading upon being reported from the Appropriations Committee. Without objection, the Senate journals for August 24th through August 27th, 2015 will be approved as corrected by the minute clerk. Okay, members, we'll now move to consideration of the daily file. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1130, 941, 154, 317, 559, 402, 918.
Those will be deemed read. Thank you. Under Governor's appointments, Pro Tem is not on the floor. Unfinished business. Item 22. Senator Hill. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 658 by Senator Hill, an act relating to automated external defibrillators.
Senator Hill.
Thank you, Mr. President. SB 658 has received unanimous bipartisan support. Assembly amendments streamlined liability immunity requirements for schools. This bill updates liability immunity laws from the 1990s for automated external defibrillators, increasing the likelihood that more public and private building owners will install these life-saving devices. Studies have found that Good Samaritan access to AEDs can double survival rates from cardiac arrest. I ask for your aye votes on concurrence.
Members, any comments, debate, discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, Senator Hueso.
I just wanted to chime in support of this bill. Many lives have been saved because of this bill, and many people, because of this policy, have been encouraged to locate AEDs in their businesses and in schools and everywhere across the state. So I want to applaud the author for taking up this very important issue. Many lives will continue to be saved in California because of this measure. I encourage everybody's support. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hueso. Other members, any debate or discussion? Senator Hill, you may close.
We ask for an aye vote, members. Thank you.
All right. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Cannella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Berryhill. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Hancock. Hernandez. Aye. Huff. Morlock. Aye. Nilsson.
Ayes 34, no 0. Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members, we'll now move forward to file item 23. Senator Jackson, you're prepared to bring this bill forward?
I am.
Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 142 by Senator Jackson, an act relating to civil law.
Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. SB 142 would prohibit the use of unmanned aircraft systems, also known as drones, in the airspace above your private property without your permission. The Assembly amendments narrowed the scope of the bill, literally cutting it in half. It removed the physical invasion of privacy section that went into a separate bill. The amendments add definitions of what unmanned aircraft and unmanned aircraft systems are to clarify those provisions. And the amendments also explicitly recognize and clarify that public and private entities with a right of access under current law would not be trespassing, and explicitly preserves existing rights and defenses to trespass claims that exist under current law. This bill is back for concurrence, where it passed out of the Assembly with bipartisan support on a vote of 56 to 11. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Members, any debate or discussion? Any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Anderson? No. Bates? Bell? Aye. Berryhill? No. Block? Cannella? No. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? Gaines?
Aye.
Aye. Galgiani? Aye. Glazer? Hall? Hancock? Hernandez? Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Hueso? Aye. Huff? Jackson? Aye. Lara? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leva? Aye. Liu? Aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? Morrell? Wynn? Nilsson? Pan? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Roth? Aye. Runner? No. Stone? No. Vidak? No. Wachowski? Aye. Wolk? Wolk, aye. Galgiani? Aye to
Secretary,
no.
please call the absent members.
Allen? Aye. Bates? Block? Fuller? Glazer? Hall? Hancock? Hernandez? Hill? Huff? Mendoza? Morlock? Morrell? No. Wynn? Nilsson?
Secretary, please call the roll.
Bates? Block? Fuller? Glazer? Hall? Hancock? Hernandez? Hill? Huff? Mendoza? Morlock? Wynn? Nilsson?
Senator Jackson moves the call. Members will now move to file item 24, and I'm wondering if I could get a little help here at the dais. If I could. I think I'll wait till later. Thank you. Okay, let's move then to file item 28, Senator Runner. Pass on file. File item 29, Senator Hill. Pass on file. File item 30. Senator Hall? Senator Hall, you ready? Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 85 by Senator Hall relative to the Nursing Home Caregiver Professionals and Long-Term Care Provider Month.
All right, Senator Hall.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. SCR 85 recognizes the month of November 2015 as Nursing Home Caregiver Professionals and Long-Term Care Provider Month. California's skilled nursing facilities employ 136,000 professionals, of which 47,000 direct caregivers deliver quality institutional care to our most vulnerable residents. Senator Lara, the number of seniors requiring long-term care will drastically increase as the number of Californians who are 65 and older is estimated to grow to 9 million people in the next 15 years. All nursing home residents deserve quality care, and their direct care professionals merit a safe working environment to help individuals recover from surgery and heal, obviously, from trauma. The work of nursing home caregivers often goes unnoticed and unappreciated, as do the emotional, physical, and financial struggles they face while providing the very important lifeline service to nursing home residents. SCR 85 recognizes the essential work and contributions of nursing home caregivers and acknowledges the need to have a sufficient number of direct caregiver staff to treat consumers in a dignified manner. I respectfully ask for your aye vote on SCR 85.
Great. Thank you, Senator Hall. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Cannella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wessel. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wykowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Anderson, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Fuller. Hancock. Huff. Mendoza. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Nielsen.